sooner that a vaccine is developed could save thousands of lives, maybe up to 7,000 lives a day.
A really solid human challenge trial can actually reduce the vaccine timeline by at least 3 to 6 months.
Volunteers would be deliberately infected with COVID-19 in order to quickly test promising vaccines. It's a sacrifice that I am definitely willing and eager to take.
Those of us who are selected will go to a research facility. We're going to receive the vaccine. We will be exposed to a carefully calculated dose of coronavirus, just at the amount that would provoke symptoms.
And we will see whether this vaccine can stop having a new infection or not.
There is need to speed up this process. Now, if we're talking about conventional phase 3 trials, this could take anything from 6 months to 2 years, but that's not time that we have.
There's quite a long history of challenge trials to test vaccines against various infectious agents, including some quite nasty agents like cholera, typhoid, malaria. The difference between those and the ones that are being proposed for COVID-19 is that although we have some treatments at the moment, none of them are completely effective, so that we can't guarantee that anybody who volunteers to take part in such a trial wouldn't go on to develop serious disease.
I actually donated my kidney last summer. In doing so, I incurred something like a 1 in 3,300 risk of death. And so the idea that I could take on an even lower risk for what is likely an even greater benefit to humanity really sealed the deal for me.
Medics on the front line fighting coronavirus, they have no idea of the long-term risks either, and yet they do it.
I don't have a respiratory illness, I'm not a smoker, I don't have a cardiac disease, and I am not diabetic, I'm not hypertensive. So I consider myself at a much lower risk if I get the disease.
If there's no guarantee of me escaping it anyway, I would rather be able to say I'm going to contract it in a place that has the greatest possible medical care and the greatest possible chance of my contraction helping other people.
Coronavirus has greatly affected my country. A lot of people lost their jobs, including my dad. So if there will be anything that could help us find a vaccine sooner, I would willingly volunteer for it.
Young people are stepping up and willing to take on this risk, and that it's a legitimate decision.
We certainly need many vaccines to be able to vaccinate the whole of the world population. So challenge studies will be a way of potentially evaluating those, as it were, second or later generation vaccines. I'm reasonably confident that they will eventually be conducted.
I know there's a risk to doing this, but what if one of my loved ones gets COVID-19 and we don't have a vaccine? And there's something I could have done. What then?